1939. The world stands on the brink of a new, terrifying war. But in the quiet halls of science, an even greater fear is taking hold. Albert Einstein, a man who fled Nazi Germany, pens a letter to US President Franklin Roosevelt. It's a chilling warning. German scientists are on the verge of splitting the atom. They could create a new kind of bomb, a weapon so powerful it could obliterate an entire city in a single flash. The implications are unthinkable. If the Nazis build it first, the free world could be lost forever. Roosevelt understands the stakes. He replies with two simple words: this requires action. The race for the atomic bomb has begun. The United States responds with unprecedented scale and secrecy. A new project is born, codenamed the Manhattan Project. It's the most ambitious scientific endeavor in human history. To lead this colossal effort, the US Army appoints General Leslie Groves, a demanding, no-nonsense engineer known for building the Pentagon. He's the muscle, the organizer, the man who can move mountains. But he needs a scientific mind to match his logistical might. He finds his counterpart in a brilliant, enigmatic theoretical physicist, J. Robert Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is tasked with assembling the greatest collection of scientific minds ever seen. Their mission is a stark one: build the bomb, and build it before the enemy does. To achieve this, they need a place hidden from the world, a fortress of secrecy. They choose a remote mesa in the desert of New Mexico, Los Alamos. It becomes a secret city, a place that doesn't officially exist. Thousands of scientists, engineers, and their families are moved there, sworn to secrecy, their lives shrouded in mystery. They are joined by other secret cities across the nation, like Oak Ridge in Tennessee and Hanford in Washington, each dedicated to a critical piece of the nuclear puzzle. Inside these isolated communities, the brightest minds of a generation, people like Enrico Fermi, Richard Feynman, and Leo Szilard, work day and night. They grapple with the fundamental forces of the universe, racing to solve the complex problems of nuclear fission and chain reactions. How do you enrich uranium? How do you produce plutonium? And the most critical question of all, how much material is needed to create a self-sustaining, explosive reaction, the critical mass? Every calculation, every experiment, is a step into the unknown. The pressure is immense. They aren't just solving a scientific puzzle, they are in a desperate race against time, a race to save the world by creating its most destructive weapon. The weight of this paradox hangs heavy in the desert air. By the summer of 1945, after years of relentless work, they believe they have an answer. But theory is one thing, reality is another. There's only one way to know for sure if the gadget, as they call it, will work. They need to test it. On July 16th, at 5:29 a.m., in a desolate stretch of New Mexico desert known as Jornada del Muerto, the journey of death, the Trinity test takes place. In the pre-dawn darkness, a countdown pierces the silence. Then, an eruption of light. A light brighter than 1,000 suns, a searing, silent flash that illuminates the mountains as if it were midday. A colossal mushroom cloud billows into the sky, a spectacle of terrifying beauty. The ground shakes. The heat can be felt miles away. The observers, hardened scientists, and military men, are left speechless. Some cheer, some cry, but many are gripped by a profound sense of dread. Oppenheimer, watching the terrifying spectacle, recalls a line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The test is a success. The atomic age has begun, not with a whisper, but with a roar that echoes across the planet. The weapon is real. With the successful test, the moral calculus shifts. The weapon they built to deter the Nazis is now ready, but Germany has already surrendered. The war in the Pacific, however, rages on with brutal ferocity. An invasion of Japan is projected to cost over 1 million lives, on both sides. President Harry Truman, who took office after Roosevelt's death, now faces an agonizing decision. Should he use this new, horrific weapon to force a quick surrender and save those lives? The scientists who created the bomb are deeply divided. Some argue for a demonstration on an uninhabited island to show its power without killing civilians. Others, like Leo Szilard, who had urged its creation, now lead petitions begging the president not to use it. They understand, better than anyone, the Pandora's box they have opened. They have harnessed the power of the stars, but in doing so, have they damned humanity? They are scientists, not soldiers or politicians. They wrestled with physics and chemistry, but now they face a moral dilemma of a magnitude no human had ever confronted. The power to destroy a city, to end tens of thousands of lives in an instant rests in their hands. The decision is made. On August 6, 1945, a B-29 bomber named the Enola Gay drops an atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima. 3 days later, on August 9th, a second bomb is dropped on Nagasaki. The devastation is absolute. The cities are leveled, and hundreds of thousands of people are killed instantly or die from the horrific effects of radiation in the weeks and months that follow. The world is stunned into silence. Japan surrenders, and World War II is over. But a new, colder war is just beginning. The United States and the Soviet Union, former allies, now stand as two global superpowers, each armed with the knowledge of how to build these world-ending weapons. The mushroom cloud becomes the defining symbol of the post-war era. The world is forever changed. Humanity now possesses the means of its own annihilation. The nuclear age has dawned, and with it, a new era of global anxiety, an arms race, and the constant, lingering threat of Armageddon. The legacy of the Manhattan Project is complex and deeply contradictory. It was a staggering scientific triumph, a testament to human ingenuity and collaboration on an unimaginable scale. It brought a swift end to the bloodiest war in history, potentially saving countless lives that would have been lost in a prolonged conflict. But it also unleashed the most destructive force ever known, ushering in decades of fear and casting a long, dark shadow over the future of civilization. The scientists of Los Alamos were heroes and, in their own minds, perhaps something far more terrifying. Their story is a powerful, cautionary tale. It reminds us that with great knowledge comes great responsibility. The race for the atomic bomb wasn't just about winning a war, it was about a fundamental choice for humanity, a choice between creation and destruction, progress and peril. A choice we still live with every single day. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into history compelling, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. See you next time.